making sure. And we'll start with Clay Hall. Go ahead, Clay.
Yeah, Sean, congratulations. Can you talk about the early years, AAA Jackets, formative years, and now bringing it full circle to Nationwide Arena?
Yeah, well, Ed Ginger just let me in the door, so that's a first step right there. But it's full circle, just like you said. So I don't know the Blue Jackets grounds here yet, but every other inch of this rink I know. I shouldn't say that. I spent some time in the locker room as a kid, but just super excited. This is what was circled on my places to be, and the place I wanted to be, and to be here now is awesome, and feels like it has come full circle. So I'm just excited to get going.
What do you expect? I mean, a lot of familiar faces are gone. It looks like the team is headed in a new direction. What's your thoughts on being competitive again for this club?
We've played this team a lot over the past years, and like you said, there's been some turnover, but this was always a hard team to play, and you'd hear that from every guy that was in my locker room that I played for and in Boston, and I've had a lot of respect for the way it's been trending here, and the culture that's here, and got a lot of respect for the guys that are in this locker room, and a lot of faith in where this thing's going here. And I played against Boons and Morensky and Bjorky, and I've played with Jack Roslovic in Miami for a year, and just a ton of talent. I'm leaving guys out, and 2 great goalies, and definitely missing a few there, so I apologize for that. But there's a good group here, and I hear the future is bright, and it's something I want to be a part of, and I'm really excited that I am.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Brian Hedger with the Columbus Dispatch. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Sean, welcome home, I guess. That's a way to put it. You just kind of building off what you were saying there. Your decision here, you're coming from a team that has made the playoffs every year that you've been there, I believe, 5 years. Yeah. How much did you weigh familiarity, with what here, being home, and the team that here, with, where they're headed and that kind of thing, and maybe where they, there might be some short-term pain potentially?
Yeah, I think the biggest part was a belief in where it's going. I think that was number one. I think there's the familiarity is a big piece of it. I had a few teammates in Boston that played at home, and I think they used it as an advantage and played really good hockey. And at the end of the day, that's what you're here for, is to play the best hockey you can. And I wanted to go somewhere where I'd have the best chance to do that, and be a piece on a team that I personally and my agent thought we're headed in the right direction. And sometimes you got to have a little foresight. And I've seen what they've done. Same group management and some of the players have done here before. And that year we played Columbus in 2019. We thought that was the toughest series we played in the playoffs in Boston, and we're 1 win away from winning. So I just think it's a belief in where it's going.
That series in mind, I would imagine that's one of the bigger goals, or your more favorite goals that you scored, was here at Nationwide Arena, where you were a fan as a kid and that kind of thing. Where does that goal in particular rank, and how much are you looking forward to scoring goals for the Blue Jackets here in that cannon and stuff?
Oh yeah, that I've been here many times when the cannon's gone, and hopefully many more. But it's different when it's going to be going for you. And you could see by my reaction how happy I was to score that goal and how that thing felt. I wish I was better at hiding it, but that's not the case. So I can't wait. If we could do it tomorrow, I'd ask to do it tomorrow. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get to work, and just kind of join the group and see if I can help the team win some games.
Yeah. Last one I got for you is, you were in Boston when you saw, obviously Jack Roslovic comes back here last year. Cole Sherwood becomes, I think he was the first guy from the AAA program here that could play for the Blue Jackets. What did you think, from afar, seeing those guys do that, and how much are you looking forward to doing the same thing?
Yeah, Brian, I think by me being here is telling you how cool I thought that was, is now I'm here. So I thought it was pretty awesome, and something that I wanted to do myself. So those guys, credit to them that they did it. Cole and Jack, and Jack's been, he loves it here and been playing really well. And then, I've, just a lot of familiarity with people all around the organization, from Jared Bowl, Jody Shelley. And I've obviously shared a locker room with Rick Nash, which is pretty cool for a few months in Boston, after a trade deadline. And so it's just a lot of familiarity with a lot of people here, and people that I have a lot of respect for, and a lot of faith in.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Jeff Svoboda from BlueJackets.com. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, just mention a lot of those guys, and especially the Coles and the Jack Roslovics, coming back and playing for their hometown teams. You mentioned you had guys in Boston that were playing at home, like Grizzly. Have you talked to guys like that, just kind of what that experience is like, and just kind of get a sense of what, obviously there's probably some pressure, there's probably some good things and some bad things, but just what that whole thing is about when you do something like this?
Right. It's there's positives and negatives to that. I think it's kind of what you make it. And I have talked to them about it. I lived it with them. Good friends of mine in Boston that were, hometown kids. I think you kind of see it when you go out to dinner and more away from the rink and whatnot. But they did a great job of making it a positive. Plan on doing the same. Yeah.
You mentioned playing with Jack at Miami. Just how excited to play with him again, and what's kind of your guys' relationship like?
Yeah, we're obviously great friends. Played golf over the weekend, so we're buddies and excited to be teammates again. I think Jack's, obviously, you guys have seen, super talented and heck of a player. So I think when you can combine those couple things, good person, good guy, friend, and good player, it's a good mix.
Yeah. And just Ross, real quick, do you have a sense of, I imagine the phone's been blowing up today. Do you have a sense of how many text messages you've got from, obviously people around the hockey world, but people in Columbus have to be pretty excited for you as well?
Yeah. I know my phone's been buzzing like crazy. So anyone that I haven't gotten back to yet, I appreciate the text. It's probably hundreds at this point, not hundreds, but at least 100, but I'll get back to everybody. But I appreciate it. It's been overwhelming with all the notes today and the support and the phone calls and the text, but it should be fun.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Mark Scheig from the Hockey Writers. Go ahead, Mark.
Thank you, Glenn. And hi, Sean. Welcome to Columbus.
Thank you.
You're obviously coming from Boston, and being able to learn from a couple of the really good leaders, Patrice Bergeron, Zdeno Chara. You're going to be looked at as one of the leaders coming into here. What do you feel like that you learned the most from them that you can bring here to this leadership group?
Yeah, right. That's a great question. I think, first of all, I'm grateful for guys like that. And I was just put in a heck of a situation to be in front of leaders and players and people like that. And I tried to take as much as I could in over the past 4 or 5 years with them. And, you take a lot of things from them. I think one thing you take from guys like that is how even keel they are. It's up and it's down. And they seem to always, show up and be doing the same sort of things. And practice, that those guys, our practices were tough. Guys worked hard, and I'm sure it's the same way here with the group that's here. They practice habits. They were always competing hard, and right after it's over, you're all good. Your teammates, you're working on the same team that night or next day, and there's a lot to take in from those guys, and I was just grateful to be in the same room as them.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions for Sean? All right. No more questions. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, guys.